morning, guys. Speedboat Maniac 410 here. Look, it's been a while. Probably a good several weeks. At least 3 weeks. I've been busy, which is a good thing, with my job and doing some other things related to earning a living, other than goofing around making videos about the 42 deep step fountain back here. So I don't even know where to actually begin right now, other than just kind of bring you a little bit up to speed on what's going on. And sorry that you might have missed any good footage that I could have put up or whatever, but just haven't had the energy or the time and the effort to be able to do it in the past few weeks. So here's what's going on today. We have the outdrive is back from TNT, the starboard drive, which was taking on water from the prop shaft seals. It has been repaired, new seals in it, nothing done with the gears or anything like that, just new seals in the prop shaft for the starboard side. The drive has been reinstalled back on the boat. We also waited almost 9 weeks for a new header from CMI. We sent the old header to them. They weren't going to be able to repair it. They had to make an entire new one, identical to the old one, and I believe it's an older style header, so it's not like they make that kind of header anymore. They had to duplicate it custom. It was expensive, and it took 9 weeks for them to make it. Problem is this: the new header that's installed, and I'll show you in a minute, is getting burnished already on the front pipe and up on the top of the collector. I don't know if there's obviously a problem with the header itself not being able to circulate water properly. You wouldn't think so, being that it's a brand new header and a good design, and whoever made it, you know, mechanically and welded it all together and all the tubes were making sure that the water circulates on the front pipe. The other pipe was doing the same thing too. However, it also was leaking inside the actual exhaust tube into the cylinder, which was an issue. We caught it early, no damage to the engine. I have since then taken the boat out a couple of days ago, ran it for about 5.5, 6 hours. The boat ran well, other than there's the collector pipe that goes to the header on the inboard port side motor that was leaking before, and it was supposed to be welded up and repaired. Well, it's still leaking, so it wasn't welded 100%. So I got to take the pipe off today, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to snatch the pipe off. I'm going to run it to my guy up the street here, and he's going to weld it on Monday, stainless steel welded, put a bead all the way around it, maybe a double bead. So that's what we're going to do today. So, again, it's been a while, but let's take a look over here and see. We got the props back from Black Dog. Gene over at Black Dog, he shaved them up a little bit. He shined them, not shined them up, redid the edges and took a lot of meat off of, you know, down in here, right? And put new edges on them. And he cut them down, not much, only about maybe 3/8 of an inch. So they're like 17 1/8 or something now. They were like 17 3/4 or 17 1/2 or something. Not much more performance difference on what got done, but at least the props are freshened up. It was an expensive experiment. What are you going to do? So here's the starboard drive, all buttoned back up, new seals, and I've checked all of the oil. You pop these. If you can see that screw right there, you drain it right there. There's another screw right here, right there. And I checked all the oils. They're fine. There's no milk in either one of them. This one probably had about 12 hours on it, 6 plus 9, no, 15 hours on it, on the port one. And it had ever so slight of a tint of a, not milk, but like an off color. But the oil itself was still golden. So it was good to go. Same with this one. Anyway, so we're going to get up in the boat, take a look with removing this collector pipe. And also I blew the flap off the back of this boat the other day. And, well, when I say blew it, the whole flap ripped off, but I just removed the whole flap itself. I got to get a new one. Amazon Prime, here I come. So we'll take a look and see about this collector pipe, removing it, and get right back with you guys. All right, guys. My YouTube family. Speedboat Maniac 410. Here we are in the engine compartment of the third time freshly rebuilt situation with the outdrives, the CMI header that was made, and various other boat mechanical issues that will wear one down. So here's the deal. This tube right here, right, that goes all the way from the back of the boat out the boat through here, was leaking around here. And again, I just put this temporary, so it wouldn't spray water all over the place. Salt water was getting all in here, it was leaving a line. It was getting all over the belt and everything. So I just put this here, but I hadn't run the boat yet. I'm taking this off today. Taking this off, the actual collector pipe. Okay. And as you can see, I'm not happy. You see this? It's brand new header. I don't know what's going on with it. The primary pipe, if you can see, right. Sorry guys. Here. See how it's turning gold already? Like burnishing? Now these are they're stainless steel headers. You guys know that, anybody who's in high performance boat. They're not chrome. So that means it's getting hot from here to here, but also look up here at this collector, and then this whole thing. The finish is already ruined. It started doing that within the first hour to 2 hours. I didn't think a whole lot of it other than, okay, you know, maybe it's a water pressure issue. I checked the water pressure on my dash. But you see the line that feeds it, is this 90, comes up, comes out of the intake manifold underneath what they call the intercooler for the blower. It's underneath the blower, the intercooler. I'm not saying this is the case, but there's water pressure coming out, and I got water pressure to the engine. But is it possible that it's not getting enough water pressure, but it's enough to cool these three tubes? Because here's the manifold down here. So maybe 1, 2, 3, and then this one, because it's on the front side of it, all the pressure is coming up through here. I don't know. But it's not good, and I don't want to continue to ruin the header. Or is the header made incorrectly? And I don't mean like they made a mistake. These headers have a pipe inside of a pipe. And if there's not clearance around it for the water to jacket the exhaust, then it could be a poorly made header. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm saying it's a possibility. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull off my pipe first. I'm not going to pull the header off. I want Alan and Art to know on Monday. I'll let them know what's going on with it, and we'll go from there. But for now, let's pull off some of these parts and get this pipe out and lay it on the ground like a dead soldier. Alright. So obviously, 2 5/16 nuts to crack this loose. And then take off my little makeshift Sanford & Son clamp, just so I could go out on the water and water won't spray everywhere temporarily, because the pipe was supposed to have been fixed a couple of times. But that's okay. I'm not upset. The joys and angst of powerboating. So guys, there's a weld right here. It's leaking down in here, shooting right on the belt. And it's also leaking from around here too. Okay? So, it's got to go get stainless steel welded. Hopefully it'll last another 2 weeks. Now, there is no sealant around, I noticed when I got it back, around the pipe that goes out the transom of the boat. So the pipe should just come right out. There's no silicone on the inside or on the outside. I was going to do that, but I wanted to sea trial the boat first before I glued everything up. It's a good thing that I didn't glue everything up, because now I got to pull it all apart again. Alright, so underneath here, this is a V-band clamp. Guys, you guys know this already. Anybody who's watching this, you may or may not know, V-band clamps are pretty standard. Right? Need a deep 7/16. Now, you think I'd have all my tools together before I put you guys on go. But that's alright then. But anyway, I had a good time the other day going out, guys. Other than salt water getting all over inside of my bilge, and I had to clean it all with Simple Green. I spent 2 hours cleaning the engine compartment. It's not like a piece of jewelry in here, but I like to keep it somewhat nice. But wow, it was a nice ride. Not really increasing any speed, running right around 90, 91. I'm not hurting on it too bad. I don't want to get yelled at, because I want to make sure the boat's running right properly before we start. But I'm, not trying to break speed records, but it was a really nice, enjoyable ride. And, I liked it. So the V-band clamp comes off like this, guys. Okay. Now look, there's a gasket in here and all, but obviously the V-band clamp, it was all tight. It was not leaking from up here. It was leaking from on this weld right here. Specifically right here. It was pissing salt water out right here. So we just take this. Don't lose your hardware. Looks like that. And like that, has a retainer T-head on it right here. Throw it up here in our lovely box. This is loose. You don't want to lose these clamps. Loosen them up to where they're going to move up and down. All right. And we'll get this thing on up to Big Jeff. Let me see what I got here. See that, guys? All right. Pull this stuff off here. Don't lose your clamps down in your bilge. The bilge will swallow stuff up. Pull this off. Don't cut your hand. There's a gasket right here. Peel it off gently, because you can reuse them if they're not bugged up. This one's in good shape. As you can see, there's nothing wrong with it. Pull this line off of here. Okay, and now this pipe is loose all the way out the back of the boat. I should be able to pull it out if I'm lucky. I'm going to have to pull the oil filter out, I just noticed, off the starboard motor to get it out of the way. So that's going to make a mess. Alright, like usual, with a little bit further assessment on things and looking at it, I don't have to pull the oil filter off. It's not a big deal. I could have pulled it off, but put a rag under it. You can't really put a bucket the way the oil filter is, because it's horizontal on the back of the engine. So I'm pulling this pipe out now. And it actually, if you hold your mouth just right and you wiggle it, it has clearance, and it comes out. And it looks something like that. Dead soldier, guys. Right there. We're going to go get it welded up from Big Jeff. We're going to button up everything here. The old 42 fountain will whip somebody's butt. But it's okay. Time, patience. You can't get your way all the time. These things just, they test you. And I think that's what the good part is knowing your limits. When to stop, when to take a couple days off from it, and then come back to it. That's what I've learned. Not so well all the time, but that's what I've learned. So thanks for watching. Speedboat Maniac 410. Checking the header issue, snatching the old pipe off, getting it welded up, buttoning it up. It's a beautiful day out. We'll see you guys next time. Subscribe, like the video. Talk to you later. God bless.